So today I'm going to tell you the story of the birth of finishing Touch Auto. It all started when I bought my first car. It was a 1986 Honda CRX. It was pretty ugly, really ugly. So ugly in fact that I didn't even take it home for 2 days. I hid it at work because I was afraid my dad was gonna be pretty pissed. And when I brought it home, he kind of was. He just gave me the most disappointed look I've ever seen in my life. And the car was multiple colors of gray primer, but I knew it had potential. And surprisingly, my dad could see it too. Well, enough to help me paint it anyways. I spent several weeks tearing the car down, basically to bare metal. And during that time, my dad really taught me the importance of prep work and the impact it can have on the final result. Just like with detailing, when you're prepping a car for a ceramic coating. After we laid down the base coat and several coats of clear, the car shined better than even when it was new. That fresh paint really drove me to start learning about the best methods of keeping it shiny. And honestly, at that point, I don't even think I'd waxed a car before. So forums were getting really big in 2011, and I found myself on this website. It was called AutoGeek. It was a community of thousands of people who shared the same common passion of vehicle beautification. I really like to use that word because it's a little bit more than just your average description of a beautiful car. So that was where I learned the 2-bucket method, and we'll be showing you guys that in the next video. Detailing and car care quickly became a full-blown obsession of mine. I spent hundreds, maybe even thousands of hours reading and watching videos about different products, tools, and techniques. In 2012, I started doing small detail jobs for friends and family, and that was really so I could earn a little bit of extra money because man, those products and tools, they're really expensive and I couldn't afford to take care of my own car. As I built up a reputation, I really started to see that there was a pretty good demand for high quality detailing, as most of the shops around town were just using cheap products and improper techniques. May of 2013, I finally decided to officially open my mobile detailing business. It was just part-time for a few years as I was still learning and developing my craft. You know, starting out, you're definitely a beginner. I remember buying my first polisher. It was from Harbor Freight, and it was crazy how much of a difference you could make versus hand polishing. But it wasn't long before I bought a Roof's Bigfoot polisher because, you know, the professional tools save a lot of time. You get a lot better results, and most importantly for me, it was the crazy vibrations that cheap machine had. You know, I could only polish for 5 minutes at a time with that Harbor Freight machine. And in the summer of 2014, I went full-time with detailing, and I really enjoyed the freedom of running my own business without a job holding me back. As summer came to an end, business slowed down just like it had in the prior years, and I had to go back to working a regular job like everybody else. And even though I wasn't detailing cars, the passion inside really continued to grow. So one day I was browsing Craigslist and I found a 2-bay shop right on the main street in my hometown. It was a dream shop. I knew I had to make this jump because I knew it would be the solution to being a mobile detailer in the winter. So March of 2015, I signed my first commercial lease. The funny thing is, I wasn't even scared. My passion drove me, and I really knew that I would do whatever it took to make things work. And surprisingly, within just 3 months, I had to hire 2 full-time employees. Sharing the passion of detailing with others really took the business to a whole new level. And we've nearly doubled in size every year since then. And the business has gone through several evolutions. Now, 2019, it marks our biggest identity shift yet. We spent the last 2 or 3 years installing professional grade ceramic coatings alongside detailing. And just in the last year, we brought on PPF, or paint protection film, to protect against rock chips and deeper scratches that ceramic coatings can't really protect against. This year, we're dialing in our focus, and instead of reconditioning abused interiors like minivans every day, now we're doing paint correction, protection, and window tint exclusively. Last year I went to a ceramic pro training down in San Francisco, and since then pretty much every car now that comes in the shop leaves with some level of ceramic pro protection on it. And you're probably wondering what this CRX is doing behind me. It's not the original one. Sadly, she's long gone. But this CRX HF is really just a literal and a symbolic representation of the rebirth of FTA. It was just a few weeks ago I picked up this bone stock one owner time capsule up in Beaverton, Oregon. It was wild. I didn't even think I could find something this clean. But once I got it under our shop lighting, I found lots of heavy defects like scratches, dings, rock chips. It's really not in as good a shape as I thought, just, you know, it was my dream car. Our goal as a restoration and preservation company is to breathe new life into old paint and to stop time in its tracks. I'm gonna wash the whole car, then place a strip of tape right down the center of it, all the way from the front to the back. And then we're gonna go into a heavy session of pure passion, completing rock chip touch-up, swirl removal, paintless dent repair. We're gonna do clear bra, and then we're ceramic coating the entire passenger side of the car. And this is what we're gonna use this year to represent the level of work we're able to complete at FTA Styling. You're probably gonna wanna see the transformation process and everything that goes into making this car look like new again. So make sure to hit that subscribe button down there and tap that bell for the notifications. Because in the next video, we're gonna be covering the wash process, the inspection, and going over every little defect in the car and how we're gonna go through and repair that and make the car look just like new.